My name is Madison Boyer, and I am the author of The Method to Infinite Things. I am a middle school history teacher. Anything having to do with history, social studies, I am super into it. I'm very much a nerd when it comes to history. I've been married for a couple years. My husband and I are big Star Wars fans. We love to read, and we collect way too many books than is healthy for us. He's a big sports fan. I'm a big supporter of him being a sports fan. And we live on the beautiful Wasatch Back of the Rocky Mountains here in Utah. The Method to Infinite Things was very much a spitball project. I knew that I wanted to write something with the same aesthetic as The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, as Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Those were the young adult books that had spoken to me on a different level. I'd read dystopians and I'd read other young adult books, but none of them had quite felt as powerful, as deep. None of them had felt like they contained the same intelligent and strong messages that those books had. And I thought, I want to write something like that. I've been a writer my whole life since I was a little kid. Lots of fairy tale stories, princesses and unicorns, lots and lots of unicorns. And I wrote through my teenage years. Around the end of my high school experience and into college, I had stopped writing because it didn't feel productive, didn't feel like it was going anywhere. And I went to college to become a teacher. Then around my junior year, I had just read a book called Save the Cat Writes a Novel by Jessica Brody. And it kind of rekindled that fire, that love of writing that I had had when I was a kid. And I thought, I need to write something. I need to write a book. So I sat down with the intention to write a book. And that's how The Method to Infinite Things was born. Character development makes a good story. You can have the most amazing plot in the world, like this mind-blowing, awesome story, and it's gonna fall flat unless you have some kind of growth going on. The main character should really be a different person at the end than they were at the beginning. Because this lesson that they're learning, this growth, is what makes them relatable to us. So really they need to be learning something and growing. The Method to Infinite Things is a young adult novel, but it's also for adults. I've made sure to write it in a way that it'll appeal to both groups because that's what I enjoyed when I was a teen reading young adult novels, and that's why I still love reading certain ones now, because they're well written in a way that appeals to both groups. As a history teacher, I find a lot of principles and lessons in history, a lot of themes that I like to explore, and I've tried to put many of those themes into this book. Specifically, I love the Gilded Age of America. It might be my favorite time period, I don't know. But in the Gilded Age, there was a lot of class division. People thought that they were so different from each other that they couldn't mix and they couldn't get along, and they had to be divided and butt heads because they were different in different categories. And that's been a theme through a lot of history. So I've explored that theme of humans feeling this need to divide ourselves and be put into categories. And really, it's funny that such an advanced culture as the one in this book, one that has technology beyond our understanding, and one that's solved so many problems, that they still have this issue of humans dividing themselves. So that's a theme I've tried to explore. You'll find some teenage elements in here. There's some romance, there's some self-consciousness, things that teenagers deal with, but you'll also find a lot of really exciting elements like political conspiracy and action some adventure, and lots of exciting things to chew on and think about. The Method to Infinite Things is my debut novel. It's part of a 3-book series, and I cannot wait to share it with you. I hope that you find it as fun to read as I did to write it. Thanks.